Welcome back to the lineup. My name is Kyle Anderson. We have a special guest here with us today. He's a senior at Normal Community High School, and he's their starting quarterback and safety. Here with us today is Alex Buck. Alex, thanks for coming on here.
Thanks for having me, Kyle.
All right, now here's what I want to know. Your real name, your birth name is Alex Buck, but you're also known by Bubba. What the heck? Explain.
When I was around 2 years old, we had a guy who was actually painting my house. I think it was a friend of the family, and he told me that I looked like his son Bubba, who was around 5, he said, and ever since then I went around and told everybody to call me Bubba, and it's stuck since I was 2.
So what do you go by? Do you go by Alex or do you go by Bubba?
My parents call me Bubba, all my friends call me Bubba, coaches and teachers call me Bubba. People who don't really know me as well call me Alex, but I'm comfortable with either.
All right, sounds good. Alex or Bubba, we'll call you Bubba for this one.
Right.
We feel personal, you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk about last week's game. You played Danville. You beat them for the second time in a row. Was that a unique situation, playing the same team twice in a row, and did that change, anything you tried to do during the second game?
You would think that was a unique situation, but it actually happened the same exact way last year. We played Danville week 9 last year and then got them round 1 again the next week. And this year, when we found out that we had Danville again, we felt pretty confident. We beat them pretty good the first game, and we felt like we did a lot of stuff right, but we felt that we had a lot of stuff that we needed to correct at the same time. Little stuff at all positions on the field, offense, defense, special teams. So we felt like we made some good adjustments and shut them down again.
All right, you had a 90-yard interception return in that game. It's a pretty big deal. Go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, I've been playing defense for three years now on the varsity team, and I've never actually picked off one and took it back to the house. And it was just a great feeling having all the guys run downfield and block for me, and everybody. I just pumped everybody up, and that was a lot of fun. It was a great experience.
All right, now you're home this week. You're home tonight against Ottawa. Tell me what you know about Ottawa, and what can you expect out of tonight's game?
Ottawa runs an old-fashioned kind of style offense. They run a lot of double wing and double tight end, and they're just a power football team. They're trying to run the ball right at you, kind of like us, but like I said, they use the wing backs quite a bit. Their defense is really fast. We know that they have a good D-line, and their linebackers flow well to the ball. Some of our keys are just firing off the ball and trying to stay lower than them, and we really think that the game's going to be won in the trenches this week. So, the line play is really going to determine how we're going to do this week.
All right. Now, here's what I wanted to ask you. I think I've talked about you with this before. You're on a 24-game winning streak. And one of the greatest champions of all time in sports was Bill Russell, who played for the Celtics. And he had this quote that he wrote in his autobiography about winning. It's much harder to keep a championship than to defend one. You can't rely on the same drive that makes people climb mountains for the first time. Winning isn't new anymore. Talk about what that means to you and what that means to the team to go after a second championship this year.
Coming into last year, we were ranked pretty high, and everybody knew that we had a pretty good team coming back. Getting second my sophomore year, 2 years ago, getting second in state, losing to Morris in the state championship game. After that, we were kind of, it kind of pumped us up, and we were ready to go get that championship. We kind of had a little taste of it, but we wanted to go get the whole thing. So. Coming into this year, being the champion, I guess, it's been we know that there's a target on our back. We know that everybody's going to give us their best game, and a lot of people would think that teams are going to come in and play scared against us just because we're the number 1 team in the state. But we really feel like teams have came in and just tried to play their hardest and really take down the top dog. Because why would you not try to beat the number 1 team? Everybody's giving us all they got, but we've handled it well, and we're still undefeated, and we're just trying to keep that streak going.
Is the state championship, that has to be your ultimate goal this year, especially after last year.
Yeah, we did have a few goals this year that we set. Conference championship was definitely on top of that. We knew we had to win conference before we did anything else. Beating Bloomington, beating Wesley, other inner city schools, those were obviously up on high on our list too. But everybody knew all year and all off season after last year, after the day after we won state last year. Everybody knew that we wanted to repeat, and that was the ultimate goal, and we're still working to get to that goal.
You're a senior this year. Does that make things any different to you, knowing that literally, it could be this week, it could be next week, it could have been last week, that this could be your final game at Normal Community?
Yeah, we have a really close group of seniors at Normal. We've been with each other all throughout high school, and we've really gotten really close to each other, and playing every game like it's your last now. It is emotional. You do let your emotions take control of you sometimes. it's hard to control that type of thing. But high school football is such a great thing. I mean, Illinois high school football is just it's awesome, and it's just a lot of fun. And knowing that not being able to go out and play on Friday nights anymore does kind of suck. But I mean, we've actually been fortunate enough to play like 4.5 seasons worth of games because of all the postseason that we've had to play. So I mean, I've got my share of high school football. I'm going to miss it a lot, but I mean, hopefully I'll get to play next year.
Now, people talk about the 24-game win streak, but this should also be mentioned. Your senior class has never lost a game. How do you manage to do that all the way from the freshman level where you put on pads for the first time all the way up until now? I mean, is it due to a great amount of talent, or what is it?
I do think we have a lot of talent in our class. Coming into the school or coming into Normal Community High School, a lot of us didn't really know what to expect, and the football team when I came in was my freshman year. They went 6-4 and lost the first round of playoffs, and so we weren't really sure what to expect. But a lot of us, there was a few of us that got moved up our freshman year to play on the sophomore year team, and sophomore year to play on the varsity team. So some of us haven't got to experience and be with our class all throughout high school, but winning 42 games in a row, never being beat as a class, that's a great feeling, and that makes us want to work even harder and makes us want to win even better.
All right.
Better, come on, that's a bad one.
Don't worry about it. Well, good luck tonight. I'll be going for 43 in a row. Good luck for 43 in a row, and doing my quick math real quick, you'd like to go 46-0 in high school?
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. All right, we'd like to thank Alex Bubba Buck for coming onto the lineup. So stay tuned. This is the lineup.